Hi, it's Nell with Joya's Garden, and today I'm going to tell you how to care for the Ponytail Palm as a houseplant. Mine actually lives outside, but I've maintained many of them as houseplants. And what I'm going to do is plant this one into this pot, and then I'm going to plant the Burrow's Tail sedums in a cluster in the front. Ponytail Palm, whose botanic name is Bocarnia recurvata, sometimes you see it as Nolina, is so easy to take care of indoors and outdoors. As you can see, this is a three-headed one. I got this one at that farmer's market. They actually get 25 to 30 feet in their optimum native environments. The tallest that I've probably seen it is probably maybe about 18 feet. I've seen one, but they're just gorgeous. So I'm going to transplant it. It's a little bit pot bound. It's probably been in this pot for about 3 years. But indoors, you want to give it highlight as high as possible because it lives in the sun out here. And it can take dry conditions just fine. You don't have to worry about your home being dry. This is one plant that will adapt. But the reason that I think they don't do well for people is they don't have them in high enough light and they water them too much. These big bulbous bases store water inside. So the worst thing that you can do is overwater your Ponytail Palm. You want to water it maybe once every 3 to 4 weeks at the most. Give it a good thorough watering, and that is it on the watering. If you have it in nice bright light, you want it in some sun. It's one that can take some sun. You don't want anything in a hot window, but it can take as bright as you can give it, and just back off on the liquid love. It's one of the plants that is in our houseplant book, which is Keep Your Houseplants Alive. So if you want more on this plant, you can visit our book. You can actually go to Amazon, and the link will be down below. You'll see that there. So what I'm going to do is to transplant this. It's going to take a while, so we're not going to do this whole thing. I'm going to run the saw around because it's going to take me a while and to loosen it. But the first thing I'm going to do, the reason why the ribbon is here, is I'm going to tie them up just like ponytails. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around, loosen it, which isn't too bad because it's a pretty loose mix in here, so it's not going to be bad. So if you have any kind of a challenge of getting a plant out, you can either use a knife or pruning saw, something like that. Then I'm going to turn the pot on the side and I'm going to pull like heck. So here she is, all transplanted. It took a lot of soil. I used a mixture of succulent and cactus mix, potting soil with perlite. Do not use planting mix, too heavy. And of course, my favorite worm castings as the amendment, and I just layered it and mixed it all up. It has a layer of the cactus and succulent mix on the top. It's still tied up, as you can see. I'm going to take it off soon. This pot was a plain old brown plastic pot from Marshall's. I got a great deal on it, which you can see the pot in the blog post. I'll have a picture there for you, and the link to the blog post will be down below. So you can see that. And I wanted plastic because the plant is so heavy itself, and it's going to go out on the back porch here off our office. So it's like, oh, I can't do a ceramic pot too. So this worked out beautifully, and I sprayed it with a blue base, and then I put purple over it, so a little hint of the blue shows through, and then I put a clear glossy UV coating on the top, so it's going to help to keep the color on that. And from my Burrow's Tail succulent out front, I took a few cuttings. I only put a few in here. I have a lot of them because they spread like crazy, so that should be just fine. And how I planted them is because they are really hard to work with because they're so heavy, so they break a lot. I made holes in the soil, kind of wriggled it, and then I put the cutting in there. And because the cutting is heavier than the soil, it doesn't just stay in. I use these greening pins. They're floral greening pins, and then I just put the pins at an angle, and that's going to hold the cuttings in while they root in there. And it's up slightly a bit because I'm not going to water this. If I water this, it's going to be way too heavy to move it back onto its little platform. So, and it can stay dry, and then this plant loves being dry. I'll take her take her tie off for you. Oh, she is so happy. You can't believe how pot bound this plant was. Again, and the roots, we have a picture of the roots and the root ball in the blog post. But the root ball comes to like here. So this has all this great room to grow in. Ponytail palms don't mind being too crowded in, so it wasn't a big issue. I just want it to grow more. And then this was a little and it's grown. I actually got this at our farmer's market. And the thing I forgot to say about having these indoors is that cats love to chew on them. But there'll be a lot more information or some more information about this plant in our blog post, and the link is down below. We are in the warm, glorious days of summer, so this ponytail palm is going to be so happy now because it's warm and gorgeous. This is not a palm, by the way, even though it's called a ponytail palm. So be sure to visit us at joyousgarden.com and come back again here next week to Joyous Garden TV because we'll have another video waiting for you. I thank you so much for watching. Bye.